You're watching Rogers TV.
Good evening and welcome back to West Talk. Today's Tuesday, February the 11th, and we've got another wintry episode for you. Today we're going to be talking about Corner Brook's Winter Carnival, primarily, which is kicking off February 21st, so it's coming up very soon, and we're going to have two ladies in studio here to tell us all about it. And we're also going to replay an interview we did a few weeks ago because it's kind of coming full circle when we got to chat with Alex McLean, owner of East Coast Lifestyle, who chatted about his business and entrepreneurial journey. And of course, Alex coming back now for Jib Fest, right in the middle of Corner Brook's Winter Carnival, really. And so it's going to be a great time. We're going to rerun that episode. But for now, we're going to jump right to our guests in studio. Recently titled Ambassadors of the 2025 Winter Carnival. Joining me is Amy Dwyer and Daly Robertson. Daly, sorry, Daly.
It's okay.
Thank you for coming down.
Thank you.
Congratulations on becoming ambassadors.
Yes.
Now, Amy, you, I just heard, this is not your first time wearing the sash.
No, it's not.
Yeah, last year things went a little sideways, I think, with some contestants. And do you want to just tell us a little bit about that, first of all?
Yeah, so one of the contestants went away to get the Loran Scholarship, doing interviews. And then the other one got COVID, unfortunately.
Nice.
So I won the Most Spirited Award last year, so they asked me to step up, fill the role.
All those things?
Yeah, all of those things. And I was there for a few days.
Cool. And so after that experience, you still wanted to give it a go again?
I did. It was a lot of fun.
Yeah. And Deely, is this your first time competing in an ambassador contest?
So I did it last year, but I had to stop halfway through, unfortunately. But I came back this year, and it was super fun.
And pulled out the W.
Yeah.
Amazing. So tell me, what was the contest like this year? I know, over the years, it's sort of morphed a little bit in how it's ran, but how did it go this year?
So we had a bunch of events planned on different days. So some days we did scavenger hunts, or we did a meet and greet, or we did a couple other things. We did games.
With the Girl Guides as well.
We did an event with the Girl Guides.
So just out doing kind of community stuff as well? Yeah. Meanwhile, the carnival committee are shadowing you around, or what?
Yeah, watching our every move,
right?
Making sure
taking notes.
We're doing well, taking notes, absolutely.
Yeah. And then ultimately, how is do you know how the winner is picked, or is there some sort of final showdown, or basketball game or something?
So there's kind of we do challenges and stuff throughout the ambassador contest, and we're in groups with all the different judges, so we get a chance to work with them all.
Oh, okay.
So they kind of they do it it's a rubric almost.
Right,
yeah, there's a rubric they
we had to
follow.
do social media posts this year as well too. So making sure things were on time, or making sure we're able to communicate with people, and people in the community. It's based on a couple different things.
Mm-hmm. Cool. And so the ambassador role as well has changed over the years, because now, you just mentioned, social media, right? So social media is now a responsibility with this gig.
Yes.
Yeah. So what are you doing in that way? Are you guys doing all just taking over the
I believe
pages?
we are taking over the carnival page.
Cool.
Yes.
Watch out.
Look out.
Look out.
Look
Who
out.
knows?
2 weeks of stories.
2 weeks, yes.
Cool.
I'm so excited.
Yeah.
It's a good way to just kind of keep it during Carnival Week as well. There's so much that goes on, I find, and social media is just probably the quickest way to keep these updates going. So it's a pretty critical role, I think, right?
Yes.
The booklet is one thing, but you're going to be providing the play-by-plays kind of every day.
Inside scoop, yes.
Yeah.
So
Behind the scenes.
you're going to be pretty busy though, aren't you?
Yeah. It will get busy.
You don't get 2 weeks off school for this or anything, do you?
Unfortunately not.
Probably a little flexibility?
We can.
Right.
We don't have to, though.
We don't have to.
Okay. So, and then, did you both grow up in Corner Brook?
Yes.
Yeah. So do you have your own carnival memories? Did you participate in carnival in the past?
Yes, I did.
Yeah.
Well, me and my family always participated in a lot of the events.
Okay.
So every carnival I was with my family and friends, and like that was our thing.
Wicked.
So yeah.
Yeah. How about you? Have any carnival memories or?
Well, family day in the park was a lot of fun. Every year I'd go with my brother, my mom, my grandma. My dad didn't get the day off school.
Right.
But this year we do, so that's great. Also, like the spelling bees, I was in that in elementary school.
Did
I
you
won
do
in
good?
grade 4, so that
Oh,
was
did you?
fun. Yeah.
Humble flex.
Yes,
I like it.
exactly.
Yeah.
I still bring it up to this day.
Yeah, well, clearly, right? Even on TV.
Yeah.
Excellent. That's cool. Even when I was a young boy, I used to live in Corner Brook, and I have a nice. My mom kept a nice Western Star, which is a newspaper.
Yes.
Corner Brook used to have a newspaper, and me and my friend, with our legs tied together, competing in a carnival three-legged race.
I love it.
And yeah, it still brings back fond memories of,
Yeah.
of that type of stuff, right? That was a big deal, and Bowwaters Park was like filled with kids competing for prizes of
Yes.
unspeakable value.
Yeah.
So what about this year now? Looking forward to this carnival. Are there any things that you're like excited about, or particular events you can't wait to attend?
I'm excited to go skating. I
Oh,
love
yeah?
skating. But overall, I'm just excited to be involved with the community a bit more and like
Yeah.
meet new people and socialize because I'm a very social person.
Yes, I can
so-
tell. Yeah.
But I love meeting new people and meeting kids and working with them. So I'm very
Nice.
excited for that.
What about you?
I'm excited for, I believe there's a craft fair this year as well. I'm excited for that. There's always so much fun stuff.
Yeah.
I was there last year. You had to like pull me out of the door to leave. I wanted to.
Where are they
have it
having
all.
this? Do you know?
That's at the Civic Center, Corner Brook
Cool.
Civic Center.
Yeah, I was just testing your carnival knowledge there.
I can't remember my Corner Brook knowledge, my buildings.
But well, you can tell us now. When does carnival start again?
February 21st and it ends on March 2nd.
That's pretty good. That's a long time.
Yeah.
There's a lot of events. You gotta go to like every breakfast.
Hopefully.
Fingers crossed.
You're like, yeah,
It's so good.
yeah.
All the meals.
There's a lot of
Yes.
meals. There's a lot of meals. There's a lot of entertainment. There's, a big concert event.
Yes.
The opening in the park is going to be pretty cool.
Yeah, I'm excited for
excited.
that.
Yeah. It's not winter until Leaf crawls out of his
No,
little cave or whatever that is,
course.
igloo thing.
I'm excited for winter to start.
Yeah. It's on now. Do either of you guys ski or snowboard?
I used to.
Yeah. Then what happened?
COVID.
Okay. Did COVID break your leg or something?
Yes. Well, it shut down everything because I
Yeah.
used to go and blow me down ski trails.
Oh, yeah.
So,
Yeah.
yeah, I
Cool.
kind of just shut down and everything. Social
Yeah.
distancing, whatnot.
So now, besides carnival, what is your favorite wintertime activity?
No.
I love going
It's a trick question.
sledding
Yeah.
and skating.
Sledding?
Skidooing.
Oh, yeah?
Ooh,
Occasionally.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
And you keep mentioning skating. Are you a figure skater or something?
no, I'm not. I
Okay.
just
Just
I love skating.
Wicked. So do they have some open skates or something going on with
Yes,
the...
there
Okay.
is. There's a, I believe it's a family skate.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's usually a pretty good turnout.
Yes.
Nice.
So that'll be fun.
Cool. Well, I can't wait to get out. Anything else that you ambassadors want to say or promote or discuss about Carnival?
I think.
I don't know.
Okay. Well, I'm going to give you 10 seconds to give your most amped up come out to Carnival because...
Okay.
Just because. You can do it
Okay.
together
Okay.
separately, yeah.
Like, come to Carnival.
Come to Carnival,
Okay.
guys. Okay,
Okay,
ready?
3, 2, 1. Come to Carnival, guys. It's a lot of fun.
Yes.
There it
I
is.
have a lot of fun.
That was pretty
That was
amped.
good,
That
that's
was
good,
pretty
okay.
good. Yeah. Now do it again for Instagram.
Yes.
But we should take a photo and
we
share it.
will.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
That's wicked.
Yeah.
And congratulations once again on your
Thank you.
ambassadorship.
Yes.
And we look forward to seeing you out at all these events. I guess the opening night you guys will be out there. And Do you get any stage time for that or what?
Yes, we do.
Oh, really?
Yes.
We're singing. We're singing the
singing.
What?
anthem. Yeah, we're singing the anthem, so that's pretty
Oh,
fun.
man.
We're gonna be singing at a couple events. so
Yeah.
it's pretty
Oh, if I knew you had these talents, I would have totally reworked this episode. That's pretty cool. Was there singing in the competition?
There
No.
wasn't, but we've sung together a few
Yeah.
times for different shows.
Wow.
The variety show last year
Cool.
for Carnival, actually. So
If you
Wow.
count karaoke,
If
it's
you
part of the
count-
competition.
that's true. There was karaoke on
We
the
got
last
that on the
day.
go.
Unreal.
So that was a lot of fun.
So you guys just really have this natural chemistry.
I guess
Yeah.
so. Yeah.
Just a little- just a
Worked out well.
just a
Even
great little
matching
duet.
today.
Exactly.
Yeah.
We
Yeah.
didn't plan it.
Absolutely. You're even matching with our couch. That's awesome.
Oh my gosh, we are.
Congratulations.
Thanks.
Well, thank you very much for coming down, and I know you guys have lots of things to do with this, so we'll see you at Carnival.
Thank you for having us.
Thanks for having
problem.
us.
That's it. We're going to take a quick break and be back to show you that episode with Alex McLean. Stay tuned.
So why volunteer at Rogers TV? Well, it's fun, exciting, and challenging. You can develop practical, hands-on skills in TV production, make new friends, and have fun, all while giving back to your community. For a few hours a week, you can be part of a great team making great local television. Want to find out more? Get in touch with us at rogerstv.com. Make your mark and find a new passion as a Rogers TV volunteer.
I'm really happy to have on the line a friend and an entrepreneur who's been getting more familiar with Western Newfoundland over the last few years. This individual is probably one of Canada's most accomplished CEOs, often referred to, in the group of, in the top 40 under 40. His name is Alex McLean, and Alex started a business called East Coast Lifestyle as a university project over, I think, 11 years ago now. And within just a few years, Alex had sold, well, first 30, then 60, then 100, and then hundreds of thousands of hoodies in just his first few years of business. And now I imagine there's millions of East Coast Lifestyle hoodies floating around. People love the brand, people identify with it, and Alex is on a mission to make East Coast Lifestyle a global brand. Just opened up a new flagship location in Halifax, and lots more stuff on the go. And on the heels of an amazing week here in Western Newfoundland, we now have on the line from his home in Halifax, Nova Scotia, Mr. Alex McLean. Alex, thanks for being here, buddy.
Yeah, good morning, Dustin. How are you?
I'm good, man. We wanted to have you in studio, but your tour guide had too much of a jammed itinerary for you there last week, and we couldn't make it happen. So thanks for carving out some time in your day today, man.
Yeah, absolutely. I had a great 5-day trip there in Newfoundland with you, and we were go the whole time. So I guess the business stuff went to the back of the oven, I guess you could say there. But we had a great time hiking, off-roading, fishing, exploring, golfing. There was so many great things to do there in Western Newfoundland. So thanks for the trip.
Yeah, no worries, man. It was so great to show you guys around as always. And I guess we might as well just jump right into that. Like, I think people are starting to notice that you're coming to Western Newfoundland kind of disproportionately often. The East Coast is a big place, but you seem to keep retreating back here to Western Newfoundland. What's going on? I know you like it here, but maybe you can explain a little bit more about why this seems like a worthwhile place to come.
Geez, it's really hard to focus in on one reason why, but I love the people, the food, the scenery, the things to do. Like in a 24-hour stint, we did fishing for cod. We got like 10 fish. We did 2 rounds of golf with epic scenic views looking over water and amazing islands. And then we had, the best seafood I've had in a long time, and also went zipline and conquered the fear of heights in like literally 24 hours. So, and you were there for all of that. So it's just amazing to see what you can do there. And I think it's still a hidden gem in a way where people don't really know all the amazing things you can do over there. And my legs are still sore from Gross Moran Mountain hike, but I think it was one of the nicest and most kind of rewarding experiences I've ever had.
Yeah, man. And you guys absolutely killed that hike. It was just, without getting too much into it for the audience, we planned to do one particular hike that was about half as long and half as hard as the one we ended up doing, just as a kind of a plan B. So I'm glad you guys were up for the challenge. And what are your thoughts on kind of the city here? We've been exploring around Western Newfoundland a lot with you over the last few years, but what's your kind of impressions on Corner Brook as the economic center of this whole area?
I think it's a beautiful city. I love to see all the cruise ship traffic there. Like, I'm from Halifax, Nova Scotia, where we get the cruise ships just like you guys. And as you know, when they get off the boats, 3,000, 4,000, 5,000 people walking around. They don't know what to do, where to go, where the best watering holes are, where to get food. So it's just amazing to see Corner Brook is literally doing the same thing as Halifax with a whole nother kit of to-do lists of things to do. Hike Gross Moor and go ATVing. You can ATV every street downtown Corner Brook. So I just thought it was really cool to see. And every year I come back, the city's getting bigger and busier. So it's great that you guys have that economy boost with the cruise ships, but also you get the local traffic buzzing around. And every year, like I said, it's getting busier. So it's great to see.
Yeah, Halifax is a good example of kind of what can be in terms of accommodating the cruise ships and the tourists. Halifax does a great job right now. Their waterfront is just beautiful, so well developed. And yeah, I think you'll see Corner Brook continue to grow that direction, over the next few years. And our downtown core now is a lot of fun, right? All these great little spots we checked out and craft breweries and all this type of stuff. Yeah, it's awesome. So just to touch on a little bit, I want to get into your story a little bit, if you don't mind, and just kind of catch people up on really what you do and where you are with your company. In the introduction, we talked about just your inception as like a university project that really got out of hand really fast. Catch us up on just the last few months, I guess. Some things I'd like to hear about is your new store that you just opened up in Halifax. And I know even you have now an East Coast Lifestyle Foundation, like a not-for-profit arm that's doing different events and things. Can you fill us in on that?
Yeah, for sure. I'll give you the elevator pitch on the company really quick. So you touched on how it all started, but I was in an entrepreneurship class. 8 people were in the course. They said, make an invention, go home, come back with a business plan on paper in 2 weeks, and you kind of you have a little bit of time to get your ideas ready. So I was watching Shark Tank, Dragon's Den, trying to figure out what am I going to do. I don't really have a lot of skills outside of like entrepreneurship, to be honest with you. I was always a struggling student in school, not great at tests, but I love to kind of get my head spinning at night with Shark Tank and try to think about opportunities. So I thought about, there's no real clothing brand for the East Coast, and the lifestyle is so unique, and so everyone's so proud of that, So I really didn't know, how am I going to create a brand for that? And so this logo, this brand name, really, once the first 30 hoodies were sold, I was able to buy 60 more hoodies and then 100 hoodies and so forth. But I didn't have this logo at the time. It was just words on a hoodie that said East Coast Lifestyle. So it kind of was slow starting. I would sell 30, then 60, then 90, then 100. Over 1 month period, maybe 30 units at a time. So slow growth. But then when I drew this logo, the demand really skyrocketed. So I got a call from Sidney Crosby's mom saying she wants some stuff and this is how to do it. Go to the rink, drop it off to him at a certain time. So I went over, dropped the stuff off to him. He walked out the rink with the shirt on. And once he got to California and started, people started photographing with him, like, oh, a picture with Sidney Crosby. He had the shirts on 24/7. So huge shout out to Sidney Crosby, because when he did that, it really was our first taste of influencer marketing and the power of a celebrity wearing brand. And I was a 21-year-old person at the time, so I didn't really know the power of this. But you can imagine how many hockey players between the ages of 5 and 21 wanted what Sidney Crosby's wearing, So he's a very powerful influencer in the world of hockey and also just in society and the world. And so when he put it on, it really changed my life, honestly. And then after that, people like Brad Marchand, Nathan McKinnon, Ed Sheeran, Ashton Kutcher, Keenan Thompson, Alicia Phaneuf, Dion Phaneuf, all these people started to really wear the brand, rock it in, and they were like proud of the East Coast. Then people started to send in stories. Like I was walking in the West Edmonton Mall and I had my East Coast Lifestyle hoodie on, and I saw this beautiful girl in the mall, and she had East Coast Lifestyle on as well. So I went up to talk to her to see where she was from. And then that alone is my aha moment. And so it's connecting people with wearing the brand together, going up and saying, oh, where are you from? I'm from Gander, Newfoundland. Or I'm from Cape Breton, Nova Scotia. And then they connect basically because of the brand. And then 6 months later, those two in that mall got married, and all the people in their wedding wore East Coast Lifestyle, which we thought was amazing. But that was really the aha moment of, if this brand is really built for connecting people. And I'm just the kind of person allowing people to wear the quality gear. And my goal is to make the gear better every year, better quality, and make it cool. I care about longevity, customer service. So we really care about all that stuff a lot. Yeah. And try to give people good products so that when they come back, they're stoked on the quality and they wear it a lot and they like how it is. So Since then, now we're 11 years. My job has changed drastically over those years. We're up to 35 staff. Heavy payroll. We just built a building for the last 3 years to try to get a real location for East Coast Lifestyle that we're proud of. Essentially a face of the business when you come to visit. That's what we wanted to be an example of for us. So we put 8 years of hard work and savings into this building. It took 3 years to build it. Now we're 11 years in. And so last year, our big advancement was to really get a charity foundation locked in so that we can give back money to the youth entrepreneurs here in Atlantic Canada. So we started the East Coast Lifestyle Foundation, and that whole premise is to be able to give back to youth entrepreneurs going into university or trades or any kind of college, So last year we gave away $30,000 with Career Beacon. So 10 different people won scholarships going back to school. And then this year we did it again with Career Beacon and Wilson's as an added sponsor, and actually hooked up some of the trades kids going into their first year of, NSCC, NBCC. So it's really cool to be able to kind of have that full circle moment now. And when I started out with that $800 loan from my dad, now we're giving people $2,500 to go back to school. And a lot of these kids that are winning, the 10 winners this year, they're smarter than I was at that age. I was 17 going into university going into biology, didn't know what I wanted to do at all, and just not doing great in school. But, I pivoted after 2 years of that and kind of switched into business, and it got a little better for me. But I always tell people you don't have to know what you want to do when you get there. You just have to figure it out, make mistakes, and learn from those, and try to not make them twice. And hopefully you can get to do something that you really like to do and follow your passion.
Yeah, amazing, man. Well said. And it's so cool to see your brand grow from putting clothing on, guys like Sidney Crosby, and now you've got even volunteer Rogers TV hosts in places like Corner Brook repping the stuff. How the levels to the game, you just keep going up in the levels. So congratulations. And, Alex, I think one of the things that I've always admired about you the most is your entrepreneurship story and actually how that relates to the East Coast lifestyle. I think growing up in the East Coast, there's not some of the same opportunities as there might be in other places of Canada or in the world, right? And so I think entrepreneurship is actually the way out for a lot of young Canadians who maybe they're not going to have the same shot in other areas, but we can all be our own boss, right?
100%.
You might not be able to get a job, but you can give yourself a job. And so, and now as young Canadians as well, people have great internet connections all over, even Newfoundland. So is there any message that you would send to maybe if there's a young person watching this right now, or maybe a parent who has a young person, a teenager who's maybe struggling in school a little bit, doesn't seem to know a path, but is demonstrating entrepreneurial traits or has that kind of spark? What do you think is just one simple thing that they can do to start to move in that direction? Is there a simple hustle that they can look into? Just what would you say to that aspiring entrepreneur who lives in rural East Coast Canada?
So question for you before I answer. So how much free time would you say you have a day? I know you have a son, a wife, a dog, tons of stuff on the go, but would you have a little bit of free time per day?
Me, yes, I still have a little bit of free time a day.
Yeah, so at the time when I was starting this thing, I kind of bucketed my free time. I was like, I have this 3-hour gap per day where it's free time. What do I want to do? Do I want to go to the kegger, or do I want to start a business? And so I was just literally head down business and using that little spare time gap in my day to literally try to make something better a little bit every day by day. And so people always think I don't have a week to just take off work and put my head down and create a clothing brand. Well, you actually could do 2 hours a day for a week and maybe do it for 2 to 3 weeks, and then that's the same kind of time crunch overall. But smarter, not harder is really important, and just really using your spare time to make the most of it and follow your passion is the most important thing for me, I think. So I would do this for free. I think it's really cool to be able to pencil and paper draw clothing and then take it to the computer and have it go digital and then get it actually put onto a t-shirt and then see it kind of come to life with people wearing it, walking the streets, or color blocking stuff up, choosing Pantones and stuff. But I love this stuff. So really it's about following your passion. What would you do for free? And then finding a way to create, products that are fulfilling an opportunity in the market. So for me, the East Coast lifestyle, there was no brand that really represented East Coasters, Atlantic Canadians. So I tried to think about how can I fulfill this opportunity in the market? But again, it comes down to maybe in Western Newfoundland, there's not a certain business that's there right now. Off the top of my head, I'm trying to think of one. But when we were there, we got to see amazing entrepreneurs like Craig, who runs Rugged Edge in Corner Brook, who started his company as a young man in his low 20s and bet on himself to go get a ton of snowmobiles before he even had people renting them, so that he had the inventory so that he could go do his dream of taking 5-10 people on those amazing trails every day. And that's an entrepreneur, man. He got his stuff, he bet on himself, he rolled the dice, he went slowly, strategically, and grew his company every year. And it's amazing to see how big Rugged Edge has grown. And even Darren with Cox's Cove with his 4 Seasons tours, Darren's amazing as an entrepreneur and as an outdoorsman, fisherman, angler. to be able to, run successful tours 4 seasons and to be able to get people out there having fun every day and he's got his camera in his hand, taking photos, putting it on social media. And so it's amazing to see people think entrepreneurship is so difficult, but really you have to break it down to what makes you happy, what would you get out of bed to do for free, and then how can you make money or make a career out of it, really. So those are 2 key examples I saw in Newfoundland that I thought were entrepreneurs in their own lanes doing their own thing, but also the competition isn't as strong in some of those areas. So if you're doing it right and you're doing it really great, we went to see Darren last year with 4 season tours and it was amazing. So we went back again this year and, did it again, and we got a ton of content and we're going to tag him and show him out and stuff. So we hope that allows his entrepreneurship business to grow and kind of take flight even more every year.
Alex, man, you're such an interesting dude. There's so much to talk about, and 10 minutes just isn't enough, but there it is. We just roasted through it. I want to get you back in February because I know you're going to come back, and we'll get you in studio then. Love to hear more about what you have going on. And I know the people that you just mentioned, Craig and Darren, those guys really appreciate it, spending that time with you as well and just swapping little ideas here and there entrepreneurially. It was really nice to see it happen. So thanks again, man, for spending some time in our neck of the woods last week, and can't wait to see you again soon, buddy.
Yeah, it's looking like Jib Fest February 21, 23 with some snowmobiling with Rugged Edge, so I can't wait to get back already. And thanks again for everything that you did for us on the last visit.
No problem, buddy. We'll talk to you soon. And that was Alex McLean, CEO and founder of East Coast Lifestyle. We're going to take a quick break and be right back. And that's it for today's episode. I want to thank Amy Dwyer and Dealey Robertson for coming down, ambassadors of this year's carnival, and telling us all about the events coming up. And make sure that you go out to as many carnival events as possible. Go to those breakfasts, those lunches, be social. It's just the best thing to do in wintertime. It's part of dealing with this winter that we have here, is going out at least for one period of time, shaking some hands, kissing some babies, eating some toutons. That's it for this week. We'll be back next Tuesday with another episode of West Talk.
If you have a comment about this program, we'd love to hear it. Email or call us, or send us your feedback through social media. You're watching Rogers TV.
With clubs, leagues, and courts in every province and territory across Canada, squash is the sport for wall-to-wall fun, fitness, and friendship. From coast to coast to coast. Learn to play and you'll want to do it every day. Squash. Play inside the box.
This is TGL presented by SoFi. 24 of the best players in the world, no, the universe, pitted against each other 3 versus 3. In a first-of-its-kind arena. More Tiger, more Rory, more everybody. 6 teams, Atlanta, Boston, LA, New York, the Bay, and Jupiter.
Not that Jupiter.
What else? We had a shot clock, mic'd up players, a ref, playoffs, 15 holes, overtime, timeouts. Did we mention the green moves? High tech, higher stakes, and you get to watch it all, baby. Keep up. It's golf.
You're watching Rogers TV.
Best you.